You buy this. One thing about Fifth, he always was like tight with his money. Eminem, tight with his money. So you learn to kind of save instead of spending. And like my first purchase and my biggest purchase was a house.
Right.
You know, I bought a nice house in Long Island and then I bought another house. You know, so like 50 encouraged us, yo, you get money, go get a house. That's like Uncle Murder. He's down with us now. He was signed to Jay-Z. He got his first house being down with us.
Right.
That's my man.
Wow.
Because Fifth gonna say, you gonna make a whole bunch of money with Fifth, you go on tour. But you gotta think, you go on tour, you make a quick $500,000.
Yeah.
You know, shout to Young Buck. Buck was my nigga, but he was the most impulsive spender in G. You know, he'll make a $500,000. And at that time, we so young, we not thinking about the $250,000 you gotta give taxes.
Taxes, yeah.
Flashing the wrong watch can cost you more than money. It can cost you your life. That's the first thing 50 Cent told Tony Yayo when he handed him his first Jacob watch. And this ain't just about jewelry. This is about survival, smart money moves, and knowing how to protect what you worked for. 50 Cent was ahead of his time. He wasn't just telling Yayo to save his money. He was warning him that looking too flashy could put a target on his back. Think about it. We've seen so many artists lose their lives over chains and watches. Rest in peace to all of them. That's why 50's advice sticks. He understood that when you're in the spotlight, your face is already the jewel. You don't need to flash $500,000 on your wrist just to prove you got it. But this story don't stop at jewelry. It's also about learning how to handle your money when it starts coming in fast. Yayo breaks down how easy it was for artists to blow through $500,000 on cars, chains, and luxury while forgetting about taxes and debt. And once the IRS comes knocking, it's too late. That's why 50 Cent told his crew to invest in houses instead of wasting cash on temporary things. This clip is loaded with lessons. It's about money. It's about lifestyle. It's about how to protect yourself from debt, taxes, and even danger in the streets. In the way Yayo tells it, you'll see how 50 Cent's mindset saved him from making some big mistakes. Now I'm about to play this clip for y'all, but before I do, I just need you to like, leave your thoughts down below in the comment section, and subscribe. Let's get into it.
Did you ever worry about like getting robbed? Because like, this is a cash business, bro. So, and when you give up, you take the money, you put it in, people know you got money on you.
Listen, when you got a like 50 telling you, my first Jacob watch, I got a Jacob on now too.
Yeah. This 5 times on.
Listen,
I used to have one of them.
Listen, so Jacob watch, he gave me my first Jacob watch and 50 said, yo, don't forget, niggas blow your head off for this shit. See, 50 he was ahead of his time. That's what people didn't understand.
Right.
He was ahead of his time, meaning because I'm only he only 2 years older than me.
Right.
Right? But he was ahead of his time. Even when he was outside at 12, that had him more advanced than a lot of niggas. He was ahead of his time. He always was a marketing genius. He always was smart. When he gave me the watch, he said, oh, don't forget, a nigga blow your head off for that. That shit stuck in my head like, oh shit, yeah.
Well, you should have learned your lesson with that damn starter jacket.
Yeah, I did. That was it. That's true. The starter jacket back in the days. Like,
so you know what they'll do for a Jacob.
No, but for the Jacob, he had to remind me because a lot of rappers, their jewelry, they feel like they'll die for their chain. Look at Rest in Peace, PNB Rock. Look, they got him. You at the Waffle House in South Central.
Yeah.
Look at Pop Smoke. You in Beverly Hills, but Hoover Street down the block.
Yeah.
It's a sad thing, but for me, I don't care about jewelry.
Hell nah.
I don't give a
It's insured.
Yeah, give me a nice car, I'll jump out of that with nothing on. I don't care about it because I feel like at a certain point when you're an artist, your face is a jewel.
Yeah.
So niggas like Nipsey Hussle, face was a jewel. Pop Smoke, face was a jewel. PNB Rock, your face is a jewel. You don't even gotta wear jewelry. Niggas know who you are. And if you don't wear it, niggas ain't gonna do shit to you.
Right.
They don't care, but now robbers know, oh, yo, that's a Richard Millie. Oh, shit, that's an
AP.
Yeah, that's worth $150,000. Oh, shit, yo, that's an auto. Yo, he got, and you got to think, you got niggas in the hood that where they live is cheaper than what that watch you got on.
For sure.
And it's like this everywhere, Philly, Chicago, New York, because I just, for me, I'm to the point in life where I just don't hang out in certain places.
Right.
I'd rather hang out with my lawyer or something, or
right.
go to dinner or go somewhere I don't need to bring a pistol. But 50 was telling us that years ago.
Yeah, what have you learned about money?
Oh man, the money thing about money is save it. Cause save it for a rainy day. Because you know, as when you first get on and you make all these purchases and you buy this. One thing about Fifth, he always was like tight with his money. Eminem, tight with his money. So you learn to kind of save instead of spending. And like my first purchase and my biggest purchase was a house.
Right.
You know, I bought a nice house in Long Island and then I bought another house. You know, so like 50 encouraged us, yo, you get money, go get a house. That's like Uncle Murder. He's down with us now. He was signed to Jay-Z. He got his first house being down with us.
Right.
That's my man.
Wow.
Because Fifth gonna say, you gonna make a whole bunch of money with Fifth, you go on tour. But you gotta think, you go on tour, you make a quick $500,000.
Yeah.
You know. Shout to Young Buck. Buck was my nigga, but he was the most impulsive spender in G. You know, he'll make a $500,000. And at that time, we so young, we not thinking about the $250,000 you gotta give taxes.
Taxes, yeah.
Right? So he'll make the $500,000, right? I'm gonna buy this car. I'm gonna buy a chain. You go to his house, you know, I got a nice bed, Buck bed. He got the TV coming out of the bed.
Yeah.
He got an all white room. His daughter got a Dora Explorer room. Then they got the Bentley, the Chevelle, this, that. And you spending the money as you get it. You can go on tour, say you make a $500,000 in 2 months. You're not thinking about the leisure time that you got to pay them taxes. You done spent that money.
Yeah.
Now you gotta go to like a Jay-Z or a 50 and be like, yo, man, I might need a loan on this, but this shit is business. You done spent that money on your own. So I never, ever blame him for my mistakes, and nobody should, because you got to learn shit on your own. Motherfuckers ain't think about that.
That's a tough lesson to learn at the time, though. Because anytime, especially once you get to a certain tax bracket, whatever you make, you have that.
But them people around, let me tell you something. The people that's around a Beyonce, a 50, a Jay-Z, a Nas, they don't give a about the niggas that's around. They don't give a about Yayo, Banks, this nigga. They care about 50 Cent. That's it. So they're not gonna school you the game. We don't go to school and we don't learn about real estate and taxes and shit like that.
Because that's their 50 is their responsibility. Hove is their responsibility. Beyonce is their responsibility.
They don't give a fuck about the nigga.
The auxiliary pieces, they don't care about that.
They just know you got this money, and some people gonna figure out a way to monopolize. Like I'm gonna tell you, and I'm not mad at them, but Shy Money and 50's baby moms turned into real estate agents when they knew we had house money. So I bought my house with Shy Money, or for Shy Money lady, and it's cool. We kept the money in the family, but they knew to turn into real estate. These niggas got some money. I could make some money off them.
Right.
But school me the game, because I might not probably bought a house for $1 million at that time. I could have bought a house for probably $500,000.
Right.
Am I wrong or right here?
You're right.
My first purchase might have not had to been $1 million house, but that's more money for them at the same time too. But as you get older, you realize that. And I don't take nothing from Shy Money. He's a good dude, but he made profit, him and his lady, off of selling me that house. It was a smart move on their part.
Right.
But people never care about the niggas that's around. Me, I listen, nobody ever cared about Yayo. Only person that cared about Yayo is 50.
Right.
They only gonna do shit if 50 say do it. The lawyer's only gonna move if 50 say do it.
Do it.
The hotel's gonna be nice only if 50 say do it. They'll have put me in a crackhead hotel. You know what I'm saying? But 50's like, nah, he gonna be in this hotel. And that's why I got the respect for him. It's not glazing. It's not dick riding.
No, you give credit where it's due.
You give credit where it's due. That's it. That's it. It's not my show, it's his show. And one thing I never forget, I do clubs. You know, House of Blues, shit like that. I don't do arenas. I ain't Chris Brown, I ain't 50, I ain't Jay-Z. And I'm cool with that. When I'm on stage and I'm in front of 30, 40,000, these people ain't screaming for Yayo. They screaming for 50 Cent. I do my job because it's a business. I'm cool with everybody in production, stay out the way. I don't bother nobody and I keep it moving. That's it. I get my money and that's it.
Gone.
Flashing cash can be fun until reality hits, and that reality can be deadly or it can be financial. Here's my take. What 50 Cent told Tony Yayo wasn't just advice about a watch. It was a blueprint on how to survive in an industry where success can make you a target. When Yayo said 50 told him someone would blow his head off over that Jacob watch, that wasn't paranoia. That was perspective. 50 knew the streets don't respect how much you paid for jewelry. They see it as a payday. That's why his words carry so much weight. I also think this connects to money management on a deeper level. We all know somebody who spends money before they even have it. They buy cars, they buy jewelry, they live for the moment, and then the taxes hit, bills pile up, and debt starts to build. And what looked like wealth ends up becoming stress. That's why I respect what Yayo was saying about houses and investments. You can't wear a mortgage on your wrist, but it can protect your future. I don't see this as just a hip hop story. This is a life story. Too many people equate flashy spending with success. But think about the people Yayo mentioned. Their lives were priceless. Yet we watched how jewelry made them targets. And then on the financial side, we've all seen celebrities go broke because they thought the checks would last forever. If 50 was teaching his crew to save for a rainy day and invest in property, that's not just rap wisdom, that's financial wisdom anybody can use. Another thing I take from this is how important it is to know your environment. Yayo made a point about not hanging out in certain places anymore. That right there is maturity. When you start leveling up in life, you can't keep moving the same way you did when you had nothing. You have to protect your peace, your money, and your safety. That's not being scared. That's called being smart. And 50 was ahead of the curve on that. He told his people not just to make money, but how to move so they could actually keep the money. And honestly, I think that's the bigger lesson for all of us. It's not about whether you're a rapper or not. Anybody with money in their pocket can learn from this. Don't overspend. Don't try to impress people who don't care about you. Save your money, pay your taxes, invest in something real like a house or a business. Because at the end of the day, flashy spending feels good for the moment, but smart financial decisions feel good for a lifetime. So what do y'all think? Is flashy spending just part of hip hop culture, or is it too dangerous in today's climate? And if you came into money fast, would you buy jewelry first, or would you invest in a house? Let me know y'all thoughts down below in the comment section, and make sure you like and subscribe. Peace.